We all know the world famous Bloody Mary. Well, actually, we know it with spicy tomato juice and vodka, and it's delicious. However, the red snapper predates that, and it uses gin instead of vodka. And I just want to do a bit of a twist on this cocktail and call it a Bombay Mary, because why not? It's going to have Bombay Sapphire in it. It's a really tasty, unctuous and Moorish, herbaceous cocktail with those lovely savoury tomato and spicy flavours in it. It's a throne drink, and this means that I'm actually going to put the liquid in one shaker and pour it between the two shakers. It's really amazing and dramatic. You get a little bit less dilution, but it gets nice and cold. So I like shaking, but not as much dilution. We want to start off with some lemon and lime juice. So grab my lemons and limes, and I want a wedge from each one. So I'm going to cut my lime in half, as such, through the half again, and a 45-degree angle. There I've got my lime wedge. Next up, same with the lemon, and I've got my lemon wedge, and I squeeze this into the tin. This is going to be our sour element to balance out some of the sweeter elements. I'm going to incorporate the Bombay Sapphire first. So that's going to pull out some of those lemon and lime flavours from the citrus. So we want 50 ml of Bombay Sapphire straight into the tin. 10 ml of Manzanilla dry sherry. You could use a fino. I love to use this Manzanilla. It comes from San Luca del Barrameda in the south of Spain. It gives a really, really lovely, salty, dry flavour to the cocktail. Need a touch more salt in it. So I like to use the Malden smoked sea salt. A little pinch of that goes in. This is our seasoning agent. We've got some cubeb berries in here. Do 4 grinds of cubeb berries, a bit of floral peppery spice, and some grains of paradise. Now, if you can't get hold of these last two, just grind in some black pepper into there. Spice element, Tabasco, red pepper sauce. You know, everyone likes their heat as strong or less strong, but for me, I like it quite spicy, so a good few drops of that, but for you, as much or as little as you fancy. A little bit of celery salt as well. Adds a depth of flavour to the cocktail. Some people like to use horseradish. I like to use a bit of English mustard, just a little tiny teaspoon of that, and that goes. One of the main ingredients, the Worcester sauce. This is going to add lovely complexity and depth of flavour to the cocktail. Stir that to combine it. One of my secret ingredients, you can't see what it is. I'm sure you can't see. Just a tiny little bit of tomato ketchup. And I want about 85 ml of tomato juice. And this will add the length, the savouriness to the cocktail. So I've incorporated all my ingredients. Give that a good stir together. So I'm going to add some ice to this. Take my Hawthorn strainer, take my other tin, and then I'm going to pour this liquid from one to the next. Pour that back, pour it across. And I need to do this about 4 to 5 times. It's going to start to chill the cocktail, add a little bit of dilution, but not as much as shaking, but more so than stirring the cocktail. And it binds all those lovely ingredients together. And this is known as throwing. One last time, and that goes. And then we're going to grab our serving glass. Now you could serve this in a nice tall highball glass. But actually, because the aroma is so important with this cocktail, I'm putting it into a nice large big Copa de Balloon glass. So you could use a big burgundy red wine glass, and look at the wonderful richness to that colour. It's just absolutely fabulous. And then as a garnish, all you really need to do is add just a few drops of lemon juice, slide that wedge in at the side, and you're done. The smell, you're getting the botanicals from the gin, the spiciness from all of these ingredients, complementing some of those floral peppery spice notes in the Bombay Sapphire. It's got a bit of a kick to it, and that is super tasty. So cheers.